Bob Ross, and for the next 13 weeks, I'll be your host as we experience the joy of painting. As we mentioned earlier, doing stories and stuff. Maybe there's a trapper that lived here, and he went down to the river one day to check his beaver trap, and maybe he fell in. Maybe there's a trapper that lived here, and he went down to the river one day to check his beaver trap, and maybe he fell in. Who knows? We could do a cabinectomy. In other words, just cut it off the way we want it. Better have a door in our cabin. It's easier to get in and out if you got a door. It's hard climbing through the window sometimes.
A serial killer who's a painter, also known as Bob Ross, painted this picture with its beautiful nature. The thing is about this picture, though, it actually matched up with another picture, a real image of where 5 girls actually got in this beautiful nature place. He called it Happy Little Accidents.
Humans are capable of very vile acts.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but the reason people think these pictures after he murdered them is because nobody knew how these 5 girls were eaten alive. They were just eaten alive. It wasn't like they all gather up and went on this road trip and camping trip and the bear just attacked them. No, it was actually one by one, individually. And then all of a sudden, something just came up and eaten them alive. What? Relax. Wouldn't that just mean that he heard the news? He just made a painting about it and just maybe wanted to paint it? No. There's this painting that Bob Ross painted that's actually a real live photo of where this person actually was found at this similar lake that Bob actually painted.
Police do tell us that this was a male body that they found, someone who that they pronounced dead on scene.
Found along the shoreline of the lake on Monday, reported missing Saturday.
But then Bob decided to paint this other beautiful painting with the waters just waterfalling and the little rocks and everything just looking absolutely perfect and intact in his paintings. The trees, the grass, the waters. But then there's actually another real live photo of this exact painting that Bob actually created about a woman being found in this particular spot.
Learning more tonight about a woman whose body was discovered in a patch of woods earlier this week.
Okay, so they say that Bob Ross is just a calm painter, but what if that isn't necessarily true? According to this theory, Bob Ross's soothing TV show, The Joy of Painting, is actually a coded message, secret mission disguised as art, a hidden truth behind his paintings. Some fans claim that if you look closely at a certain painting, like almost symbols, but not just symbols that resemble national park maps, to be more precise, because the theory is that Bob Ross was actually hiding clues in his paintings. Now, this is all just theory. Legends say that Bob Ross wasn't just painting trees. He was actually creating places where something bad has actually happened at, or where something has been buried for years. He's always placed a creepy little cabin in the distance. He's always said, there's no mistakes, only happy little accidents. According to the conspiracies, those accidents were actually signals, almost like a wink to people to know, or who knew what to look for. Fans also stated that Bob Ross was too calm, almost unnaturally calm. According to the Brookstrode killer theory, people think that his peaceful personality was actually a cover for something much darker. The theory says that Bob Ross didn't just create paintings, but he actually created confessions. Clue number 1, the cabins. Have you ever noticed how many of Bob Ross's paintings included cabins? A lonely cabin in the woods, no road, no people, just, well, silence. The conspiracy claims each cabin actually represents a location where someone, well, disappeared. Every time he painted a new cabin, people joked that someone went missing in that story. Clue number 2. No mistakes, only happy little accidents. The conspiracy flips this phrase into something super sinister. Fans say when he actually would mess up on a painting, laugh it off as a happy little accident, was actually a creepy inside joke. Almost a reference to something that maybe he has done before. Like he's telling the audience, accidents happen, even the ones you don't talk about. Clue number 3 is whispering voice. Now this is a part of Bob Ross that I always loved watching his show because his voice was always super calming and relaxing. But people say his quiet, soft voice wasn't just calming. It was the voice of someone who didn't want to wake anyone. Like someone who silently went into the forest, the dark forest, and is moving ever so slightly. And now clue number 4. The mountains. Bob painted hundreds of mountains, but a fan theory says that all of the mountains always look eerily similar because they're based on real locations. Perhaps that he kept visiting a place far away from town, deep ravines, a place where things or someone could easily go missing, poof, disappear. Clue number 5, the missing palette knife. In one episode of Bob Ross's show, he actually mentions how he lost a palette knife on a trip. Fans say that this episode felt super strange and eerie. Smile a little too forced, his eyes a little too bright. Theory claims that the palette knife wasn't lost, but actually used. He hid it. And of course, this brings us to the final painting. There's a rumor about the final season. In one episode, Bob actually creates a painting of a cabin with no lights on, no smoke, and a single red mark on the snow outside the door. Some viewers actually says that the red paint actually wasn't red paint. It looked too real, and the cabin, it didn't look like a fantasy. It looked like a place where he's been. So, conclude all of this. These are the theories, the Bob Ross theories. So, my thing is, I would love to know your take on what do you think. Now, none of these things are fact, okay? These are just theories that are out there and that people, I guess, thought about Bob. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's creepy, something fun to maybe, dig down and just talk about. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, have you heard any other Bob Ross conspiracies or anything? What have you heard? Drop it down below in the comments. And yeah, that concludes this video, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any other conspiracies or any other things that you would like to see, please feel free to let me know. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like for more videos just like this or tons of other exciting things to come. Okay, guys, have a great day and a great night, and I'll paint you soon. Was that cringy?